Not even a shower head.
That's what I had for my shower. Just this stream of water coming out. A shower head. I mean, that's, again, like not having a chair when you're sitting down with the attorney to put together your estate plan. Hi, Jeff Brasacci, the Plain English Attorney, and welcome to the video. Today, we are going to talk about getting the complete package, getting what you paid for, making sure that you have a well-rounded estate plan, and we're also going to do a kind of hotel review. Now, a lot of my clients know and understand I've got my main office. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina, so we can handle cases throughout all of North Carolina, and we do have clients spread out throughout the state. But I do have an office location that I'm in once a month for a couple of days out in the Asheville area. It's actually Arden, North Carolina. And I've been doing this for almost 15 years, working with a financial advisor out of it's his office. He graciously lets me have space. We have mutual clients, and then he gets to call or text and ask legal questions anytime he wants. It's a good deal for both of us. So I'm going to talk about the place that I have been staying at for more than 15 years and how they utterly failed. I mean, I know I can imagine a worse experience, but I've never had a worse experience. And it wasn't like, oh, the bed was too lumpy or anything like that. Now, I'm going to give the location, but I want to be very clear. It is a Red Roof Inn. Generally speaking, I really like the whole chain. I've been staying at Red Roof Inns. I always look for them first whenever I'm traveling to somewhere, whether it's business or vacation. And I just kind of like it's not expensive, but it's got what I look for. It's got good air conditioning. It's got, a good hot shower in the morning. The bed's fine. And pretty importantly, when I'm traveling for business, they have an option as a type of room with a kind of extended desk, so I can really get a lot of work done. And I've even done some recordings from there that have gone up on YouTube. So if you notice it's not the usual background, it may actually be in a Red Roof Inn. So what happened at this one location, the one in West Asheville on Smokey Park Highway in Asheville West? What happened at this location? Well, stay tuned as we walk through. I'm going to compare getting the complete package for estate planning with getting what you paid for in this hotel room. So what do you need when you've got a good, solid estate plan that includes a revocable living trust as the core of it? So really, when you're putting together a written estate plan, you really have two main options. You have a last will and testament, or you have a revocable living trust. When you have a last will and testament, it spells out, here's where I want things to go. Here's the age limits. Here's the executor who's going to take things through the process. But it covers what goes into probate court. So if you want the will to control what goes through probate court, you have to have everything go into probate. Oh, wait, I want to avoid probate. Well, then really look at doing the revocable living trust, because now you have the trust set up. You have your assets in the trust. You have some assets pay on death into the trust. And there are lots of different permutations, but basically you're either choosing, I want probate and do a will, or I want a revocable living trust. I want to avoid probate. But there's a whole package or a suite of documents, I've heard it called by some attorneys, that goes around both of those options. Now, we're going to focus on the revocable living trust one just because that's the one that my clients really want the most. Most of my clients, when they're coming in, they want to do estate planning. It's because they've had a horrible experience with doing another estate. I just finished doing my father's estate and it was darn near 2 years. It was all this paperwork and I don't want my kids going through that. Okay, fair enough. So when we're putting together the plan, it has a revocable living trust. This is where all the estate action is going in and you're choosing your trustees. But there are other documents that go along with it, just like you have certain amenities that go along with the hotel room that you're getting. or it should be there. You also have to have a durable general power of attorney. So let's talk about how this works. You have a revocable living trust, you become incapacitated. All right, you've got successor trustees that just step in and they start managing things. You don't put things like IRAs and 401ks into the trust because that's a taxable event. You'd have to pay all your income taxes. And generally, it's not worth avoiding probate to move a couple of $100,000 of tax deferred money and pay all the taxes on it in 1 year. It's just not worth it. Life insurance, there's no need in most cases for the revocable trust to own the policy, but you make it pay on death into the trust. Okay, that's great. When you pass on, but you're incapacitated. Oh, somebody may need to withdraw money from retirement accounts. Somebody may need to borrow against a death benefit on a life insurance policy and have those options. And it's outside the confines of the trust. So it's dealing with government, dealing with signing your tax returns, applying for benefits, Social Security, all that other stuff. You need the power of attorney to go along with it. In addition to being incapacitated and having that financial setup, there's also that health setup. So you do need a healthcare power of attorney. So the healthcare power of attorney takes care of that end of things. It empowers someone to make all the decisions that you would make normally. There's also now a living will. And so the living will, really, the way we do it, it just handles that very last decision that you don't want to put a burden on someone to make the decision to withdraw the life support and artificial nutrition and hydration. That's what the living will covers. There's a nomination of conservator form that we also put together. It's just kind of like, well, what if somebody goes to court and they're not happy with the people you've named to do things and they want to become the guardian? Well, you're listing exactly the same people to make financial decisions, and you're listing your people to make healthcare decisions that you have in the other documents. Another thing you need is a pour over will, because, all right, a revocable living trust isn't some magical document. You sign it and then suddenly everything avoids probate. No, probate is based on title of your assets. So if you have a revocable living trust, but all your stock accounts, all your bank accounts, your real estate, it's all titled in your name and not the name of the trust, signing the trust doesn't move all that stuff into the trust. It only, with an assignment to furniture, furnishings, and personal effects, it's something that we use as part of this whole overall package. This is what moves those loose assets without title into the trust. But all that other stuff you need to redo the bank accounts or change beneficiaries. So all of this has to work with the trust, but you need that pour over will in case something pops up. Oh, somebody wrote a check to you and you died before you could cash it. All right, that's a probate asset. You have the nerve to file your income taxes but die before you get your refund. Oh, what happens? Well, it goes to probate. So probate has to then have the pour over will move it to the trust once it goes through the process. But if you're doing the revocable trust right, all of the big things are already lined up with your trust in that plan. So that stuff avoids probate. We also have a trust abstract. This is more of a tool. Usually banks or institutions will just offhandedly say, well, we need a copy of your trust. Usually the abstract contains just enough of the stuff that the bank is looking for, the language that they need to see about who has powers to do what, that they're fine with it and they don't actually need a copy of your whole trust. Sometimes they do. And then we put in a trust certification form. The trust certification form is basically, it's a blank form. It's like, here's the trust, here's the date, here's the trustees. And the trustee is certifying there hasn't been any changes since you went ahead and enacted the trust. Or if there are, it's the amendments and restatements are listed. Now let's go back through those documents. The revocable living trust, when you rent a room, is like the actual space. It's the roof over your head so you're not exposed to the element. It's the core of the plan. Okay, you've got your durable general power of attorney and the nomination of conservator, which lists your conservator of the estate. It's like, okay, well, that's the lock mechanism and that's the furniture. And then you've got stuff like the trust abstract. Okay, not necessarily critical, but okay, it's good that it's there. It enhances the experience. That's like the soaps and shampoos they leave out for you. And the trust certification form, you're probably never going to use it. That's like some locations have this hotel safe that they charge $3 for if you use it. Okay, you don't usually use it, but it's there. It's all there to enhance your experience. Now, there are also some things when you're working with an attorney, you're trying to put together your plan, there's a process. And the process is really about the experience and making sure that it's done correctly. And we really want to make sure that our clients not only get the best value for what they're putting together, it's not buying documents, it's getting your legal plan in place, getting it done the right way, and walking you through it with several appointments. So we're going through, here's what your plan is, and providing a little bit of education so you understand it. And we're not throwing too much on you at any one given point. So all of this is designed to make the experience and the process effective and enjoyable, at least enjoyable enough when what you're doing is talking about your estate. When it comes to having a hotel room, there's the check-in experience, there's getting into the room, making sure that everything's there. This is the process. And this is where things completely fell apart with this one particular Red Roof Inn location on this particular day. So here's what happened. I walked into the room, put my bags down and looked. I said, okay, let me get the desk set up because I got a couple of emails to respond to and I got some things to do, and there's no chair. Okay, the chair's kind of implied when it says it has a full desk. There's a chair. Just like when my clients come in to speak with me and it's in the conference room, they expect to have a chair. But nope, they didn't have the chair. So I go down and I'm like, wait, hey, look, I just got into the room. There's no chair. Oh, okay. Follow me. And they went and they took a chair out of another room and said, here you go. And I moved it. I had to move the chair around and into the room that I had. And when I'm like, wait a minute, if the chair's missing, what else is missing? And I looked. I hadn't seen it before. No microwave, no refrigerator, no hair dryer. Not that I really need it. And I go, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? And I noticed a little bit later, because they don't really look for it. Usually there's a mirror right behind the desk. And when I'm doing recordings, I kind of have to angle the camera so it's not reflecting the back of my head into the view. But there was no mirror there either. And I'm like, oh my, what's going on? I go down to the lobby and I talk with someone working at the desk, and they bring the manager out. I'm terribly sorry. No problem. We will get it fixed immediately. When I'm going from Raleigh to Asheville, it's typically a 4-hour drive. What I like to do that day is I skip the gym in the morning, do the driving, and then I go to the gym, and it helps me unwind. It helps stretch everything out after a 4-hour drive. I said, all right, it's fine. I'll be out for maybe an hour, hour and a half. And I just kind of took my time. I get back. Nothing's been replaced. Okay. Go down to the lobby again. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We're going to get to it tonight. Nothing. Now, look, when you book a hotel room, again, as part of the process, you end up seeing, oh, you've got a refrigerator, you've got a microwave, you've got this, and okay, you could see these amenities. It's advertised. It's part of what you're getting for your package. You expect it to be there. That night, nobody came. Nobody brought anything. The next morning, I go down to, like, look, I'm going to work. I have to meet with my clients that whole Thursday. I say, look, all of these things are missing. Oh, You should really talk to the manager. He'll be here at 10 o'clock. I'm like, I got to go to work. I've got clients I got to meet. So, all right, they took down a note. I expected everything to be there when I get back. Nope. That Thursday evening, get back. It's been a long day. Go up to the room. Nothing. Nothing had changed. Oh, I want to make sure I put this in. I kind of forgot. I did take a shower in the morning. But one of the things that you expect when you get a hotel room with a shower is there's actually a shower head. Otherwise, it's just this stream of water like they attached a garden hose. Yep, not even a shower head. That's what I had for my shower. Just this stream of water coming out. A shower head. I mean, that's, again, like not having a chair when you're sitting down with the attorney to put together your estate plan. So I went back down, what's going on? Oh, well, I'm sorry, we'll get to it right away. I got my maintenance man. He'll get to it right away. He'll get this fixed. And okay. And sure enough, nothing. Check out that Friday morning. I'm like, what the hell? Go to work, get back, write a letter of complaint, and I'm going to put it in the description, or if it's too long, we'll put a link to it. This is the only time I ever asked for my money back. And they were like, well, you stayed 2 days. All right. Let me now put this into estate planning terms, and you can see what would happen with a lawyer. What would have happened if I had sat down, gone through that estate strategy session, gotten everything together, put together the engagement agreement that said, here's all the documents that you're getting. And then we didn't do the trust. We didn't do the healthcare power of attorney. We did not do the living will. And so at that point, when they get their documents, there's no trust, no healthcare power of attorney, no living will. They call the office. Hey, look, my appointment is for the document review meeting is in like 3 days, or, it's in a week. Where are these documents? Oh, we'll get it to you right away. A couple days go by. Oh, yeah, they call again. Hey, oh, I'm sorry. We'll get it to you. Don't worry. It's no issue. We'll get it to you. Nothing happens. Do the document review. Oh, it's going to be fine. We'll have it ready for the signing. So they're sitting down. They don't have the trust to review. We'll get it to you at the signing. All right. A couple of days go by. Nothing. A couple of days after that, they're still calling. Nothing. Oh, well, we'll get it to you. We'll get it to you. Get to the signing, and then there's no trust. There's no healthcare power of attorney. There's no living will. And then I want my money back. I'm not getting what I expected. Well, you went all this time in this process, and for you to ask for your money back now is just ridiculous. So we're not giving you your money back. You didn't get what you paid for. Why shouldn't you be getting your money back? The trust is the core of it. So what the hell? Seriously? No shower head, no microwave, no refrigerator, no hair dryer, none of this stuff. It was like somebody had stripped out a lot of these things, and they just said, go ahead. I had tried to get moved to another room. Nope, no room. We don't have any space. Sorry. And then they kept promising. If I had done that to a client and not given them what they paid for and said, well, you've gone this far in the process, it's your fault. And it's, no, wait a minute. We relied on you and you lied to us. No, sorry. I'd be sanctioned or at least reprimanded by the state bar for trying to do that to a client, and they would have forced me to give them their money back. That's exactly what would have happened. But in this case, no. This Red Roof Inn, for 15 years, I went there. And they just completely fell down on the job. And when I had the legitimate complaint, they were like, forget it. You know what? Again, it's not all red roofs. I stayed at the one in Hendersonville at the last Asheville trip. It was fine. It was great. I had a good experience. I got exactly what I paid for. I got the full package that was listed. No worries. So When you're putting together your estate plan or you're staying at a hotel and it lists, here's what you're getting, you should expect to get that. So I hope you found that story and that information useful and at least entertaining. And as I always tell my clients, please stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life. And whatever you do, make it a great day. And now we come to the crucial test, that all-important luxury item. Well, there's a shower head. And it actually works. Isn't it amazing when you just provide what you advertise?